this rainy season we are going to learn a very nice poem and its name is the Laburnum Top. You know students that your exam is there, okay, you have to prepare for that. All the topics we are covering in the explanation, but I come to know that so many students are not watching our videos. So guys, you are making a great mistake here, because as you are studying your main subjects, okay, but English is also the main subject and you have to study it well at home. So don't ignore the school lectures, because whatever I am giving you, it is the first means very nice lectures I am giving to you. As you are not watching it, and when afterwards you come to me and ask me some doubts that ma'am, this poem or that particular lesson or particular grammar topic I am not getting, so I will not let you explain that topic. Okay, so be careful. Whatever the lectures you are watching of mine, especially English, so be careful in that lectures. Okay students, so this is not the warning, but just I am simply casually saying to you that you have to be very careful while watching the English lectures, because once you understand the lesson properly, then it becomes very easy for you to write the question answers, and many students are avoiding to write the CW work. Only they are listening the videos and not doing anything. But students, because whenever the school will open, at that time first task is that we will check your notebooks. So at that time we are not ready to listen your excuses. So parallelly, whenever you are watching videos, at that time in my every lecture I am saying to you that complete your CW, write down this question in your notebook, make this, that, all the instruction parallelly I am giving. So you have to complete the notebook parallelly. Okay, so with this we are going to start the poem. First poem we have seen, its name is Photograph. Okay, and now we are going to see the next poem. Its name is the Laburnum Top. Actually, laburnum is the name of the tree. In your textbook it is given laburnum is a short tree with hanging branches, yellow flowers and poisonous seeds. Laburnum tree in Hindi it is called Amaltas. In Hindi, in North India it is known as Amaltas. It is written by Ted Hughes. Here I have written the poet's name, because in 11th onwards you have to write the poet's and writer's name parallel. In introduction part you have to write the questions. In the question, in introductory part you have to write the name of the poet. So the Laburnum Top is written by Ted Hughes. You can call it Hughes also, Ted Hughes. And here laburnum in Hindi it is known as Amaltas, and it is a tree very short, having yellow flowers, and the seeds are poisonous. This tree as having the seeds, those are very poisonous. Then one bird's name is given here. The name of the bird is goldfinch. It is a small singing bird with yellow feathers on its wings. Okay, so with this we are going to start the poem. I will read the poem first, then we will explain it. The laburnum top is silent, quite still, in the afternoon yellow September sunlight. A few leaves yellowing, all its seeds fallen, till the goldfinch comes with a twitching chirrup, a suddenness, a startlement at a branch end. Then sleek as a lizard and alert and abrupt, she enters the thickness and machine starts up. Off chirpings and tremor of wings and trillings. The whole tree trembles and thrills. It is the engine of her family. She stalks at full, then flits out to a branch end, showing her bare face identity mask. Then with airy delicate whistle, chirrup whisperings, she launches away towards the infinite, and the laburnum subsides to empty. Very nice poem students. Actually, this is the tree. It is the month of September, that is we can call it autumn season. In that the trees, the leaves are getting falling down from the trees. In Hindi it is called Pattajad. Okay, the leaves are falling down. So it was the autumn season in the month of September. The laburnum tree was stood there on its place, and one bird, its name is goldfinch, came there. So you know, over the trees the birds are used to come always. Why? Because they have so many purposes. For building their nest, okay, for laying eggs in their nest, or for getting food for their young ones. The birds are always come to the tree for collection of the food. So same way here, The scenario is given. It was the time of afternoon and September autumn season. So the laburnum top is silent, quite still. Means no one was there, because the speciality, or we can say that the disadvantage of the laburnum top tree is that its seeds are poisonous. So you know, if the seeds are poisonous, then no one is ready to live on this tree. Why? Because the seeds itself, their food is poisonous. So how could the birds used to live there? So the tree was just silent and still, and in the afternoon yellow September sunlight, a few leaves yellowing, all its seeds fallen. And as I told you, it was the season of autumn. So all the leaves are used to falling down from the tree, because after autumn the spring season will come. So new leaves will blossom over the trees. So all the leaves which are yellow, they are falling from the tree, and at that time, till the goldfinch comes with a twitching chirrup, a suddenness, a startlement at a branch end. Means, as soon as the goldfinch come over the tree was still and silent. And as soon as the goldfinch stood over there, the goldfinch started its movement. Goldfinch is a bird. The bird has started its movement. She is a she-bird. Okay, maybe she came there for laying the eggs or building the nest or getting the food. So the bird, as soon as came over the laburnum top, the laburnum tops was started movement, because you know, whenever the birds are sitting over the branches of the tree, they are flipping their wings, they are trailing their wings, okay, they are making the whistles. So as soon as the goldfinch sit over the tree, the goldfinch started to show its movement. And what happened then? A suddenness, startlement at the branch end. Means up to before the entry of the goldfinch, the laburnum tree was stood silent. No movement the laburnum tree was showing. Only that we can say that the breeze was blowing over there, and with that smooth breeze, the yellow leaves are falling over the soil. Some seeds are also falling down. And at that time, the goldfinch visited to the tree, and the goldfinch started its movement. Suddenly, also the trees also started its movements. Why this happened? Because as the bird is sitting over the tree, tree's branch, then some leaves, the branches, flowers, they are also shook up. They have started the movement. Then, slick as a lizard and alert and abrupt, she enters the thickness and machine starts up. The poet is saying here, the poet has compared the movement of the goldfinch with lizard. You know, whenever the lizard is getting its prey, at that time she is very alert and abrupt. Means वो एकदम सावधान होती है. She is ready to catch its prey. वो अपना prey को पकड़ के ही रखती है. और here the poet is saying that as soon as the goldfinch seated over the branch of the tree, the goldfinch enters into the thickness. You know, the tree has a thickness part. So the movement, whatever the movement the goldfinch is showing here, the poet has compared this movement with the lizard. And the poet is saying that whatever the activity the goldfinch is doing there, it is like a machine. The poet is saying that the goldfinch is the head of the family. Whatever the goldfinch is doing here, it is only for her family. Like that the poet is saying here, that is why the poet said that goldfinch is a machine. Machine means what? The goldfinch has started its work. Maybe he was hitting some seeds or collecting some seeds for its young one. Okay, so the writer is saying that whenever, like a lizard, the goldfinch was very abrupt and alert, and she enters into the thickness of the laburnum top tree and started its movement. So whatever the movements or whatever the activities the goldfinch is doing there, it is just like that of lizard. And the poet is saying that by seeing the activities of the goldfinch, the poet is saying that it is just like that of the machine. Because in the afternoon, the machine has started its work for getting something. Okay, in the same way, maybe the goldfinch came there for laying eggs or collection of the food for its young one. Now, she enters the thickness and the machine starts up of chitterings and tremor of wings and trillings. Chitterings, tremor of wings and trillings. These three shows the movement of the bird. Bird's wings. You know, the bird's wings are trilling, flapping, showing the movement. So these three words, it doesn't have any special meaning. It means that chittering, tremor, trilling, these are the movements of the bird wings. So the poet has used these words. So the poet is saying that whenever the goldfinch was seated in the thickness of the laburnum, at that time she was doing some activities. She was moving its wings. Okay, and whenever she was moving her wings at that time, the trees, leaves, the branches also showed the movement. Because as the bird was flapping its wings, showing some tremor in that. Tremor means जैसे thrilling, जैसे body फूल जाती है देखो bird की. In the same way, the goldfinch was showing these activities, and parallelly, as she was seated over the branch of the tree, the leaves, the branch, the flowers, the seeds also showing the movement. Some are falling down, and you know the seeds are poisonous. Then also goldfinch is the only bird she visited to go laburnum top, because no bird was made the nest over that tree. No one was visited over that tree. Only the goldfinch is such a bird who has visited the tree for getting its food. Means we can say that the bird is very courageous. As the tree's seeds are poisonous, then also the bird is showing its movement. The bird is doing its duty for the family, and like a lizard, she is very alert from the other hunters, we can say. Now what the poet is saying, she is the engine of her family. It is the engine. The poet is saying that the goldfinch is like the engine of the family. You know, in our family, who is the head of the family? Obviously your father, isn't it? So the poet is saying here that she acts as the engine of her family, because whatever the work she is doing only for her family. If she stops her work, then the family will only depend on her. The family will not get the food, or the family will not get the we can say that any nest there, any habitat we can say. So the writer compared goldfinch in the first stanza. The writer compared the activities of the goldfinch with lizard, and in the second part, the poet is saying that the goldfinch is like a machine, because she is doing some work for getting something. And in the third part, the poet is saying that it is the bird is like the engine of the family, engine, head of the family, because the whole family is depend on her. So whatever she came there in the afternoon, it is the month of September, and we can say that autumn season is there. So in autumn season, no bird is ready to visit the tree, but the goldfinch came over there for some specific purpose. So for satisfying the needs, for satisfying the, we can say that other activities of her family, the goldfinch visited over the tree and she started its work. And next the poet is saying that she strokes it full, then flits out to a branch again, showing her weird face identity marks. The poet is saying that she was just moving from here and there and there and there, and with this movement, all the goldfinch they were showing the movement, and whenever the goldfinch was entered in the thickness of the tree, now she was going to the end of the tree. End of the tree means in the whole tree, the goldfinch was visiting. She was maybe she was searching something. Okay, maybe she would have to build the nest there. There are so many reasons we can say. Maybe she was curious to get the food from the tree. Okay, so how we can collect the tree's food? Maybe the goldfinch was thinking about that, and that is why the goldfinch was moving from here and there and there. And the poet is saying that parallel, she was bared face identity mask, means you know the bird has having feathers, and in the feathers they are trying to hide their face. In the feathers only the birds are hiding their face. So here whatever the mask means, the bird has compared her feathers with the mask again. See students, you have to learn the comparison what the poet has made. In this stanza the poet is saying that whenever the goldfinch was visiting from branch to branch, at that time her face was hidden. And whenever she stood over any of the branches, then she showed her face. Means she moved out the mask and shows her face. Means very nice the explanation the poet has given. Means what the poet is saying that her feathers acts like a mask, and because of the feathers the face of the goldfinch, no one can able to see the face, because the goldfinch is hiding her face because of her feathers. So the feathers acts as like a mask, and whenever the goldfinch was entered at the end of the tree, she had just showed her face. Means what? Her feathers, she stopped her flapping, and her face, everyone can able to see the face of the goldfinch. Means the poet has compared the feathers of the goldfinch with a mask. Okay, and here the poet is saying, then with airy delicate whistle, chirrup whispering, she launches away towards the infinite. Airy means mysterious, or we can say that dangerous, डरावना जिसको तुम लोग बोलते हो. So as soon as the goldfinch works was over, so she just has made a whistle. It was not the simple whistle, it is a mysterious whistle. Airy means in a long way. Airy actually it means that mysterious. So the poet is saying that the goldfinch has made a long sound, mysterious and frightening whistle, that everyone can be frightened of it, and went away. Where she went away? Infinite means in the sky. Infinite, here the word, the poet has used a word, it means that infinite means the sky. As soon as the goldfinch work was over, she just went away towards the infinite. Means what? She went away in the sky. Now what the poet is saying? And the laburnum subsides to empty. Now what happened? As soon as the laburnum on that laburnum top, the goldfinch was there, all the tree seemed to show the movement. But as soon as the bird left the tree, then again the laburnum tree was empty. Empty means what? Still silent. No one was there. Means here we can say that the laburnum tree has shown its movement. The laburnum tree has shown the movements, that how, means we can say here your poem is over. Then we will repeat the poem. Whenever it was the season of September, autumn season, the goldfinch bird came over there. At that time it was the autumn season, so all the leaves, means especially the yellow leaves, are falling from the tree. Parallelly the seeds are also falling down, and no one was ready to visit the laburnum tree. Why? Because its seeds are poisonous. So no bird came there except that goldfinch. So the the poet is saying that the goldfinch shows the movement. She was very active there. She was very alert and abrupt like the lizard. Again the poet compares her with the machine. Whatever the activities the goldfinch is doing there, the poet is saying that it looks like the machine. Because the goldfinch came there for the family. Because she is the machine of the family. She is the engine of the family. Further the poet compares the goldfinch with the engine also. So she is the engine of the family, and whatever the activities she is doing, that activities relates with the family only. Because she has worry about her family. Maybe she would have to lay the eggs, getting some food, build some nest. So many purposes the goldfinch came there. And whenever its goldfinch work was over, she went away in the sky. As soon as the bird left the tree, the whole tree was again remained silent and still, because no other bird will ready to come there. Why? Because only the seeds, that is the food of the bird, is poisonous. So how could other birds are ready to eat that seeds? But goldfinch is the bird that the bird is eating such seeds of the laburnum tree. Means what we can say here. This is the poem, completion of the poem. Now, what the poetic idea the poet is used here. Whenever the goldfinch is visiting the tree also like the visit of that bird. Isn't it, guys? Whenever the goldfinch visited the tree is awaiting for the goldfinch, because no one is visiting the tree. Only that goldfinch came over there for collection of some food or any other purpose. So goldfinch, whenever the goldfinches came there, all the tree, the laburnum tree also likes it. She also awaiting, the tree is also awaiting for the, we can say that, returning of the goldfinch. And whenever the goldfinch leaves the tree, at that time the tree was also very sad. And again she left standstill. She means tree, we can call it. The tree is again stood in a standstill mood. the tree has stopped to show the movement, because whenever the goldfinch was there, the tree was very happy. Whenever the goldfinch was doing some activities like flapping its wings, trembling its wings, at that time the tree is also happy, because the tree also liked the visit of the goldfinch. And whenever the goldfinch was taking away the flowers or seeds from the tree is also showing positive, we can say that, response. But here, as soon as the goldfinch was moving in the sky, the tree was again stand still. Why? Because the tree was very sad there. And again, for the next visit, the tree is waiting for the visit of the goldfinch. Again someday the goldfinch will come to my branches, collect my food and went away. Means what here? There is a relation shown, how the nature is related with each other. Trees and birds, close relationship. We are also having the close relationship with the trees. But here, laburnum, the trees which are very poisonous, the trees which are having so many thorns, no one is ready to visit the trees. But some birds are like that. They only went to these trees. The goldfinch is such a bird that it is visiting to laburnum top, and that is why laburnum top also likes the visit of the goldfinch bird. And whenever the goldfinch bird come over there in the autumn season, the tree is awaiting for its visit. The tree is very happy whenever the goldfinch is coming there, and as soon as the goldfinch is leaving the tree was again in the sad mood, and again with a great hope the tree is awaiting for the goldfinch visit. So with these students, we have completed the poem. Now your work starts, because in every lecture I am remembering you that what you have to do. Here guys, actually for 11th standard, figure of speech is remaining to teach. But in standard 10, you already learned that what is figure of speech. That alliteration, hyperbole, synecdoche, onomatopoeia. There are so many figures of speech, and you have learned already in standard 10. I will take it, but after some time. So what you have to do, and one thing I explain about to you, that you have to purchase Camp Publication Digest. Because in that digest, line to line, the figure of speech is given with a very nice explanation. So for this, because government exam is very near, and if the virtual class learning is going on, then it is not possible for me to teach the figure of speech, because it will take some time. Okay, it is the written work that you have to write in your notebook. Your understanding is very necessary in that. So what you have to do, up to 10th standard you have learned them very well, because from 9th onwards the figure of speech is getting started. So from 9th, 10th, whatever you have learned, just revise it. For guidance, purchase the camp, and in the camp all the figure of speeches are given with line to line explanation. So you have to write the figure of speech. My student has written figure of speech here only. All the figure of speech the student has written here, because while reading you are getting the knowledge of the figure of speech parallelly. So write the figure of speech in the textbook itself, and here behind the page, behind the poem, the question answers are given. So you have to write all the question answers in your notebook. With this, I am ending my lecture. Bye beta.